Is a troubling new trend going on in the illegal drug trade that's putting more than users and abusers at risk. It's also a major health threat to the first responders who often end up saving the lives of people who overdose. Paula Tutman spoke with those on the front lines of this new battle.
Hey Karen, this is really disturbing stuff. I mean, it's bad enough that Port Huron has this terrible heroin overdose problem, but just today they've gotten this alert that this brand new strain of heroin, this is the stuff that's actually used to tranquilize large animals like elephants. It's gotten into the heroin, but it poses an extra risk to first responders like paramedics because this stuff can actually be absorbed through the skin and through the air. Port Huron first responders already dealing with an epidemic of heroin overdoses to the tune of as few as 1 OD a day, today received an alert from Michigan State Police. An even deadlier, more dangerous strain of heroin is in the state, laced with carfentanil.
It's a drug that's about 10,000 times more potent than morphine and some of the drugs that are out there right now. So this stuff is very potent.
In fact, MSP is warning first responders to prepare for hundreds of overdoses in a short period of time and even deaths.
We've already had a problem with the current issues with heroin, and now if you take something very similar to it and add that it could be 100 times more lethal, it's going to create problems for us.
But here's the thing, not only is this new strain of heroin dangerous to addicts,
exposure of this particular mixture can actually be absorbed into the skin, which means that it puts many of our responders at great risk.
So that means an addict can infect the loved one who's touched them or the paramedics trying to save them. That means as of today, people like Bill Adams and Trish May of the Tri-Hospital EMS, who've been running crazy on overdoses in Port Huron for the last year, now have to worry about their own safety.
But when you take a drug like this that has such serious side effects and that when they occur so quick, especially through airborne, now it's going to be important on us that we make sure we're taking the respiratory protection.
As of today in Port Huron, all first responders, as a first line of defense, are being asked to put on face masks when approaching patients, as well as protective skin coverings. Hey, I think probably a lot of people want to know, okay, how does someone get their hands on an elephant tranquilizer? The Ohio Attorney General has pretty much tracked it from coming in from overseas. It has been confirmed here in Michigan. But listen, Karen, this is the trifecta of bad, because not only does it affect the addict, but it also affects the people around that addict and then the people trying to help that addict. If you're talking about bad drugs on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, this one would probably come in around a 12 exclamation point. Wow, it is that bad.
And I'm thinking too, obviously these first responders are prepared, but what about those parents who are responding perhaps to a child that may be overdosed in their bedroom? I mean, they're not going to have that kind of protection. Everyone's at risk.
You know what, Karen? They simply have to protect themselves. Parents, a lot of times they know that their children are addicts. They can't just touch them. They're going to have to wear gloves and they're going to have to protect themselves or they get exposed to this stuff. It's really bad.
All right. Well, very scary, and we do appreciate the warning. Thank you. Paula Tutman reporting live.